What's up, guys? It's Guys Being Dudes back with another college football special episode. Today, Big Cat is officially back, and he's rolling with us. Excited to have you
I'm
back, Big Cat.
I'm back. As you can tell, I am still in a recliner. I got to keep the trunks lifted up a little bit, but for the main part, my energy is back for the most. I'm happy to be back. The legs just are not working as they should still.
Yeah. And then we have a special guest, my friend since middle school, Logan Sakarapanee. He's a NAI athlete, used to be a former D1 athlete, but now an NAI athlete at Bethel. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Hey, man. Anything to get the views, you know what I mean? Um, so today, really, I mean, this weekend is week 4 college football. The SEC's finally back. They're playing their 10-game schedule, all conference. It's great to have the best conference in college back playing. Excited to see what happens. In other news, the Pac-12, they have announced that they will be playing a 7-game season, which makes them eligible for a playoff spot.
I think
Logan, I
that's
think,
kind of
had a take
trash.
that. What's up?
I think that's kind of trash that you only have to play 7 games and you can possibly win a national championship.
Yeah, Logan had a good take on it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that they're gonna have a chance, but they're not gonna take it. Nobody's getting in from Pac-12.
Yeah,
So
and I honestly don't see a very strong team from the Pac-12 out of any of them. I think the only one really would be Oregon, maybe USC, but
and Oregon don't even have Justin Herbert anymore, so they're empty.
yeah. So I don't think the Pac-12 will make it, but it is kind of weird that they have a shot to make it. I mean, I guess the Big Ten's playing an 8-game season, and they'll there's probably going to be one team that makes a playoff, and we all know what that team is, Ohio State. So yeah, it's a little weird this year because of the COVID, but I'm just happy to have college football back.
I'm happy to have college football back, but have y'all noticed that even though we are getting the football, it's not the same.
Yeah, and I think that's the aspect of not having fans. It's a little different. Probably not having tailgates and stuff like that too. Uh, it's a little different. But also the SEC hasn't played and like big teams haven't played each other yet. So we haven't seen like those primetime games yet.
Is are colleges doing like what the NFL is doing, where you can like buy a fat head of yourself and they'll put it in the stands?
I think some of them are doing that, but also some of them are letting people come in and watch.
Yeah, hey, Ole Miss, they're letting I think it's 25% capacity for this
Yeah.
weekend. I know Memphis, they allowed like 4,500 for their first home game. Dude, Kansas State had a ton of people at their game against Arkansas State.
Yeah, so I think it all depends on what the school wants to do. It's really not the NCAA, it's the school.
Yeah.
Well, I think, yeah, I definitely think packing 100,000 people into the big house up in Michigan makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Also from the Big Ten, big news, Purdue wide receiver Ronald Moore, one of the most exciting players in the country, he's opted out of the season to prepare for the draft. I want to say like I understand opting out if like you're at a risk, but your team's playing now. I think you should play. You you accepted a scholarship to play for this team to go to this school. Like you should be required to play.
You made a commitment to coaches and teammates.
Right.
That's
And
why I know that we will talk about this later, weeks from now, or sorry, months from now. If you sit out a bowl game to prepare for the draft, you are a pussy.
yeah. And I don't think you should go to the bowl game. I don't think you should get anything like any gear stuff for the bowl game.
Absolutely not. You should also not get a ring because you didn't participate worth shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very selfish, like especially for those bowl game seasons, like the teams relied on you all throughout the entire season, and then the very last game, the bowl game, which is the big money maker for the school, if anything else, like then you're just gonna opt out. Like that's selfish.
Right. So
Yeah.
I guess opting out at the beginning of the season's a little different. Maybe it's not as bad if you opt out the last game of the year. That kind is pretty
The,
that's pretty
the
bad.
reason I have an issue with it, and I'll give two examples real quick. Kenneth Gainwell from Memphis, he was a absolute beast last year. I think he's a sophomore, maybe a junior. I don't know. I think he's a sophomore. He opted out of this season because he has lost 5 family members to COVID-19. I can understand that. That makes sense. He doesn't want to risk getting sick. You've already lost family members. What I don't get is, and this is going back to kind of the bowl games, let's just put this one into perspective. Memphis makes it against Penn State in New Year's Six Bowl. Biggest bowl we've ever been to. It's hype as shit. Our starting tight end and our starting right tackle decide, nah, we're not going to play. And we lose by a score.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, neither of those guys are in the pros.
Yeah, and I think holding
One of
holding
them went
players.
undrafted.
Yeah, holding players to the requirement that they have to play because they have a scholarship. I think there's something there. But there's also the whole big conversation of how the players are getting screwed over because they're not getting paid and stuff. So,
I mean, I can see the whole being upset you're not getting paid. I played a semester of D1 baseball, and yeah, I mean, that's just baseball. Football is way more time taking, if you ask me, and I haven't even done it. But, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't see why athletes shouldn't be paid for what they do.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky situation, a tricky conversation. Um, but also talking about bowl games, there will be no win requirements to play in a bowl game this year. So, you could see 0-10 Kansas versus Vanderbilt and the Mayonnaise Bowl or something.
Yeah, that's kind of screwed up, too, because it's like, what are we just like? Can the Liberty Bowl just throw a bid and say, "Hey, we want to see LSU play," whoever?
Right. Yeah.
Like they're not requiring, like, I mean, I know that may not have made a lot of sense, but in the sense, the Liberty Bowl is the SEC versus I think the Big Ten or something like that, or Big 12, whatever. They can literally invite any SEC team to the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah.
Like that sucks
Yeah.
because the
Well,
Liberty Bowl is normally a crappy SEC team.
well, it might be a really good SEC team this year.
Probably, yeah.
I
You
think,
never know now.
I think having a zero win also makes it like for teams it's just demoralizing. Like why? Imagine like I mean just for that same sake, like you could have a team that went 10-0, but they had no chance of going to the playoffs. But then they have to go to this bowl game and play some garbage team. Like, what's the point? Like that's just so demoralizing, and like it's just time wasting by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. Go ahead, Addison. Go ahead,
I
Sean.
mean, I agree. So, like, I don't know if they did this. This came out after the Pac-12 said they were having a season, and I think one of the reasons why they did it is because the Pac-12 is having a season. I think they know that the Pac-12 is not going to get in the playoffs, so they want to put as many Pac-12 teams in bowl games as they can.
Yeah, the only reason I don't like that is because you have, let's just say, smaller conference teams that opted to play from the start. They weren't being babies about it. One team that always comes to mind for me because, I have two friends on the team, Arkansas State. Well, they didn't back out of anything. Put them in a bigger bowl. Why should USC and Oregon play 7 games and, one of them held play in the Rose Bowl? No, dude, put Arkansas State in it. They're the ones who they've been playing.
Yeah. And it all goes back to college football is just a business, man. They're just trying to make money. Whatever makes money is what the product is they're going to put out there.
Whatever makes them money, and they still don't have enough to pay players.
Mm-hmm.
I can't complain. I'm not an athlete anymore, so
So next
if you
we have
can't, If that's a disclaimer, if y'all can't tell by the way I look now, I don't play D1 baseball anymore.
So next we have the Heisman watch. I'll start at 5 and go to 1. So this week, rounding out the 5 spot is De'Aaron King. Had a great game against Louisville last week. I think he deserves to be in the talk. At number 4, we got Sam Ellinger. Didn't really hear anything of how well he was playing. Did y'all?
Texas won.
Yeah, but
I haven't heard anything about Sam Ellinger since LSU and Texas last year. So
yeah, when they lost.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Sam Ellinger, I mean, he's gonna get put out pretty quick once these SEC quarterbacks start playing, and once Justin Fields starts playing, which Justin Fields is at number 2. He shouldn't be on the list right now. Number 3 is Spencer Rattler.
Hey, let me ask you a question about Justin Fields real quick.
Yeah.
So you say he's at number 2 and he shouldn't be because he hasn't played yet. Do you think there should be 6 SEC teams in the top 10 right now?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering what your opinion on that was, because
in my
they're all
opinion,
0-0, but there's 6 of them in the top 10.
right. So my opinion is week 1 of college football, who all the teams that were playing, like, they should all make up the top 25. And then week 2, no SEC, no Big Ten, no Pac-12 in the top 25 until this week. So, like, after this weekend, like, SECs would be able to get into the top 25, but they wouldn't be at, like, number 2 or number 5 or number 6. They'd be at, like, number 16, and they just have to work their way down. It's a 10-game season, so, like, they're going to work their way down if they go undefeated or something.
yeah, I mean, at this point, they're basically playing a full season, just no bye week.
Right. So,
yeah,
I mean –
no, I agree. Logan, are you a bandwagon?
No, I'm not. I've been an LSU fan since, like, middle school.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure. Go Navy, beat Army.
And then number 1, we have Trevor Lawrence, like always.
Pussy.
No, I think there's 2 guys that could edge him out. And I'm going to go Spencer Rattler. There's going to be one that might edge him out. And then number 2, I think Bo Nix has a shot at a Heisman this year.
I'll tell you, Bo Nix, that will be ruined week 1.
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
You think he's going to get ruined against Kentucky?
Wait till we get the picks, brother.
Well, that's what we got up next. If we want to get started with them, we got let me get over to the page. We got number 16, Tennessee at South Carolina. I'm going to have to take South Carolina in this one. Tennessee, they're ranked number 16. That's cool and all. They're ranked almost every year for like the past 5 years and end up not doing anything. Last year they did go 8-5. That's pretty cool, but they didn't really make any noise. They started off 0-3 last year against teams that aren't SEC teams.
BYU was one of them.
Yeah. They lost to BYU too.
Huh?
They lost to BYU last year too, like at the very beginning of the season. Yeah, so I got to take South Carolina in this one. I don't think Tennessee's going to get off to a great start this year.
I'm with you on South Carolina. I don't really care that Tennessee's ranked 16. They're not going to be ranked after a week or 2. It's week 1, so they're going to fuck something up. And they're going to South Carolina, regardless of the fans, because I know we have Virginia Tech to talk about as one of our last games. But South Carolina's got a pretty crazy intro, too. Their student section is pretty live. I know they won't be there, but Tennessee's just garbage. They're not going to be any good. Like, I mean, I don't care who you are, and I don't care if you watch this and listen and hate me for it. Tennessee is dog shit. They are going to lose to South Carolina, and they will be out of the top 25 by week 3 of their season.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the both of you. When I was at UTM, actually, our strength and conditioning coaches, one of them left to go to South Carolina.
What the hell are you wearing?
That's just for later. That's just for later. But one of our strength and conditioning coaches actually left to go to South Carolina. So I know how they've been working because he's doing the same program he did with them that he did with us. And the year that he left was the year that we actually went 9-2 and won the OVC. So I know how they're working. So I definitely think that South Carolina's going to take the win on that one.
All right, next we got number 24 Pittsburgh at number 21 Louisville. I think this one's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be tight. Last week Pittsburgh they played Syracuse. I had Syracuse last week against them, and they were able to win it. They did a good job, but I got to take Louisville in this one. I know Louisville came off a hard loss last week. They're coming off a hard loss last week against Miami. But I think they'll figure it out. They'll turn it around. They'll beat Pittsburgh. I think that that loss is just going to motivate them more to play harder and go out there and get a win.
All right, give me Pitt for the simple fact I bet against them last week saying they are choke artists. They did not choke. They powered through. Louisville is coming off of kind of a beat down at home. I understand it's week one. I understand it's the Canes, and the Canes are pretty good this year, but give me Pitt over Louisville.
I'm going to take Pitt as well. They're always good as an underdog, but always come out on top. And then also just Louisville hasn't really been anything too spectacular since Lamar Jackson left, so I'm going to have to give Pitt the win.
Yeah, hey, speaking on that, Louisville really hasn't been anything since Lamar Jackson. Like, they had that good stint with him.
Right.
And they got, like, those cool red chrome helmets. Other than that, they've been kind of dog shit like Tennessee.
I mean, I don't even know the last notable defensive player that they've had, honestly.
No. I mean, I think they just have good-looking uniforms every 2 or 3 weeks, and that's why people rank them. That's the only reason Oregon gets ranked.
The only memory I have of Louisville is when Teddy Bridgewater was their quarterback and Jonathan Bostic, number 1 from Florida, blew his shit and launched his helmet.
Helmet went everywhere.
Yeah, that's the only memory I have of Louisville. But I don't really watch Louisville.
Partially, the only reason why I remember that is because that hit was on like every college pump-up season video that would ever be.
Yep, it's on every one.
Okay, but does it beat Jadeveon Clowney against Michigan?
Oh no.
He busted that dude's shit.
And then to have the skill to just grab the ball with one hand and try to start running. Oh my goodness.
Hey, that was a nice blooming onion that came that later afternoon, that Outback Bowl.
Yep. Hey, what about the Leonard Fournette stiff arm against the Mississippi State loser?
Jesus Christ. I think that kid's still 6 feet under. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, Leonard Fournette was a hoss in college, and now I feel like he's trash.
No, he's not trash, but
well, maybe it's because his team's trash, but
they are trash. You're 100% right.
He plays for the Bucks now.
Yeah, he does. Well, the team he played for was trash.
Yeah, the Jags.
Next, we have number 22 Army at number 17 Cincinnati.
Go Navy, beat Army. I'm picking Cincinnati. I said it last week. I'll say it this week again. Cincinnati in the playoffs. But either way, just go Navy, beat Army. I'm picking give me Cincinnati.
Nope. I'm still going Army. Got the gloves. Got to support. They crushed MTSU 49-0. They destroyed their opponent last week as well. It's some no-name team, but they still killed them. There's just no way. Louisiana Lafayette, that's what it was. They beat them last week. There's just no way.
Let me get this straight too real quick. I support every branch of the military, but because Navy is in the same conference as Memphis, I will always root for the midshipmen.
Well, here's another fact for you, though.
The hat says it all. I'm an American. I support
Navy doesn't have Malcolm Perry anymore. They haven't done anything. They even admitted, and their coach admitted that all summer they never did any contact in practice. They didn't even tackle. So
yeah, that's because they're doing push-ups and climbing ropes and shit, man.
No, they aren't. They are on boats, bro.
Yeah, but you still got to go through basic training, and then they're out there swimming, they're fishing, they're saving lives, they're. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Go Navy, beat Army. Hey, Addison, we are going to have a special episode for that game when it happens.
Oh, for sure.
When they play in Pittsburgh, or is it? Yeah, it's Pittsburgh,
Oh,
right?
no, it's in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Okay, my
Well,
bad.
that's
My
where it
bad.
usually is. They did change it to be more. They did change it one year. I know my brother's senior year at Army. They did it in Baltimore actually instead of.
Okay.
Philly. But I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
have a special episode. This is a hint for all you viewers. We will have a live episode for this game with me and Logan. We will have Charles on here as well, and we are going to watch the game together. With oh wait, we have money on this, don't we?
Yeah, we do. 15.
We have $15 on this game. I got
No.
Cincinnati. He's got the. I'm not going to disgrace them because they are fighting for us. He's got the Army.
I say we just go to the Navy and Army game.
I'd
Hey.
go. That'd be a badass game to go to.
And we can make a dope ass video.
I'm down. Let's do it.
But I have in this matchup, since we got off track a little bit, I have Cincinnati.
He got us off track.
Wow.
Cincinnati, they're 2-0 going into this game. They've been playing solid football. They beat the hell out of Austin P last week. So
Addison, can we get a little bit of energy?
what are you talking about?
It's like you just took like 4 melatonin.
All right. Next we got number 23 Kentucky at number 8 Auburn. I'm gonna have to go with Auburn in this one. Auburn, they had a Bo Nix last year, freshman quarterback, very inexperienced. And there was an article I read. He said he knew nothing about what was going on last year, and this year he said he's got it figured out and stuff. So I think he's going to be dangerous this year. I think he will be in Heisman contention. And also another reason I got Auburn, Gus Malzahn is not the offensive coordinator anymore. It's Chad Morris that came over from Arkansas, which is he's a good offensive mind. He's had a terrible team at Arkansas. So I've got Auburn in this one.
Okay, give me the big cats, and I'll tell you why. Auburn is filling a lot of positions. They lost a lot of guys graduating and drafting. Kentucky is returning their starting O-line, sorry. They're always somehow not they're above mediocre, but they're not great. Bo Nix is still going to be clueless. Also, Auburn has 3 different mascots, so that's bullshit. Kentucky goes into Auburn. I think it's going to be a little bit of a – at first, you're going to be like, damn, dude, like Auburn's about to kick the crap out of them. And then I think Kentucky comes back late with the experience they're returning. Also, it's not going to be a normal Death Valley. So,
Well, Auburn is in Death Valley, so
they call themselves Death Valley. They also go by the Tigers and the War Eagles and like the Griffins or something. So, Auburn, figure your shit out.
it's not Death Valley though. There's only one Death.
They call it Death Valley.
No.
No, that's Clemson and LSU.
Dude, I'm telling y'all, they – go ahead, Logan. My bad. I got Kentucky. I got Kentucky, guys.
I'm gonna have to go with Auburn myself. They've got Bo Nix back, and I think Kentucky also lost their big running back Benny Snell. I don't think he's coming back. Did he? I don't remember. But I'm gonna have to go with Auburn on this one.
That doesn't say. Next we have number 5, Florida at Mississippi. Definitely gonna have to take definitely got to take number 5, Florida. Kyle Trask coming back. He had a great year last year. I think he'll continue that this year. I think it's gonna be a close one though. I think that Mississippi, they're gonna be at home. They got the new jerseys. They got Lane Kiffin, Lane Train going. So I think it's gonna be close. And also, John Rice Plumlee. I think he's gonna pop off in year 2 for him as well. But I'm gonna have to take Florida in this one.
All right. First off, fuck Dan Mullen, but I'm gonna take Florida as well. Ole Miss will have some energy. I'm pretty sure they're gonna wear the powder blues. I like that. New field, no Grove. I saw that today watching the news. Here in the Mid-South, we cover Oxford as well. No Grove, no tailgating. I think that's going to be a little bit of a change up because that's more of a party scene and hype getting in there, and it kind of, amps up the players a little bit extra. Not much to say on this one. Give me Florida big. I'd say 17 points.
I'm gonna take Ole Miss in a sleeper. They've got Lane Kiffin, they've got that quarterback back, and then to add on to those two, they've got the new field and they got the new uniforms. I think they're gonna come out with some different swagger, some different play type. I think they're gonna be hyped up and excited about the new things that they're repping for this year.
All right, next we got Florida State at number 12, Miami. Not really much to say here. Miami by a lot. Florida State. Mike Norvell, from Memphis, actually, first-year coach of Florida State, but he hasn't had time to get recruits in there that he wants to fit the system he wants in there. So I don't see Florida State competing much at all this year. So I'm gonna have to take Miami in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Canes. They're gonna win it, but like you said, Norvell from Memphis, as much as he did for Memphis, got to root for him. Rudy Tootie. He doesn't have his, like you said, his recruits. This isn't his team. This is the team he inherited from last year. But I'm rooting for him. I just don't see it happening. Canes by a lot, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I'm gonna be pulling for FSU. I've got family relations to FSU as a player and a coach. But Mike Norvell, it's his first year. He's even caught COVID, so he's been missing practices. He's not gonna be able to be on the field with them, and he's their main offensive play caller. So they're not gonna have any of that for the past few weeks and upcoming week. Even though Miami's not the Patriots or anything, I don't think FSU is gonna beat them. So.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say this, FSU, and this is, a years down the road claim to fame for me right now. FSU is going to be damn good in like 2 or 3 years. Norvell, what he did at Memphis, I'm not dogging the Memphis players at all. With 3-star recruits, wait till he's at Florida State and he pulls 4 and 5 stars. Norvell could seriously win a championship at Florida State because that man will score against anyone. It's just a matter of if he can get a good defensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that. Next, we have Mississippi State at number 6 LSU.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, LSU by a big margin. The only thing is Jamar Chase he's opted out of the season, but I think Terrence Marshall Jr. is still one of the best weapons in the SEC. So I think LSU is going to have a great season, but I'm taking them in this game.
Yeah, I'm taking. I mean, you will never catch me betting against Coach O. I'm anxious to see how good LSU is. I want to know what spots they filled. I don't really think it's going to be much of a test, to be honest, against Mississippi State. So, and I don't have much to say about this one only because I really think LSU by a landslide. So, go Tigers.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Not just because I'm an LSU fan, but there's Derek Stingley. He's coming back. Jacoby Stevens is coming back, who is also one person that's trained with in Nashville. And even Coach O has said that the defense is much better than they ever were last season. So I'm gonna have to go with LSU on this one.
Yep. Then last we got NC State at number 20, Virginia Tech. I'm going to take Virginia Tech in this one. I realize they're not going to have that big home crowd, that big Enter Sandman entrance, but at the same time, I think they're still a solid team, and they're going to take this one.
I'm taking NC State only for the fact that they will not have Enter Sandman. They're not going to have the atmosphere. Give me the Wolfpack.
I'm going to take Virginia Tech solely because I believe they're a very traditional team, and traditions always win to me. So,
and so we're going to do lock of the week. My lock of the week is going to go to number 16, Tennessee at South Carolina. I got South Carolina in this one. I'm going to lock that in as a definite win, no doubt about it.
All right, my lock of the week is Cincinnati over Army.
Okay.
My lock is going to have to be Army over Cincinnati.
All right. We got a little feud there.
Well, if y'all are betting, don't take that lock because you'll lose. Real quick parlay. Pick Cincinnati, pick Florida over Ole Miss, and pick South Carolina over Tennessee if you want to make money because Tennessee's dog shit.
Uh-huh. All right. That's all for this episode. Thank you, Big Cat, for being back, being bringing the energy, being great, as always.
I'm going to get even better. I promise.
Yeah. And then thank you, Logan, for stopping by. We'll have you back on Monday to look at the recap and see how it all goes.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Logan. Go Navy, beat Army.
Go Army, beat Navy.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.